There's outrage right now over Mylan hiking the price of EpiPens recently. An EpiPen is something that you need if you have a nut allergy, and it basically can save your life. You got to take it right away. These things used to cost $57. Now a package of 2 is going for over $700, though it actually only costs about $2 to make the thing. Meanwhile, the company is being accused of trying to pay less in the way of taxes by relocating overseas. Well, can't blame them on that, given our onerous tax situation, all while paying the CEO big time. And hey, what? That's shareholders' business. I'll tell you what, you cannot fault a company for trying to make money, right? But you can fault the U.S. government for creating such an onerous regulatory environment that no one can possibly compete. The FDA, with all its regulations, has single-handedly given Mylan a monopoly and caused hardships for millions of Americans that suffer from these nut allergies and need this drug to save their lives. Joining me right now with more is our own Liz Claman. And Liz, I understand from your reporting that Mylan is one of the companies that actually donated to the Clinton Foundation as well, further complicating all of this.
Mylan would have done better just to lower the price of the EpiPen, because now the microscope is on this company, and among a whole bunch of other issues that we've found, including the tax dodging effort, which does not sit well not only with a lot of Americans, but it doesn't sit well with people like Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or President Obama or Jack Lew, who've all spoken out against that. It turns out that the former CEO, Robert Curry, was part of a group of Mylan people who did donate about $100,000 to $250,000 to the Clinton Foundation. It was an unrelated issue, the good work that the Clinton Foundation was doing on HIV. However, now people are looking and trying to triangulate and make all kinds of tentacles and relations to the issue at hand, and that is that anybody, not just with a peanut allergy, but with a food allergy. My nephew suffers from 1 particle per million of milk. He will die. He will go into anaphylactic shock and die if he doesn't have epinephrine, which goes into the EpiPen, and you rightly pointed out that it only costs about $2 to put together. So why does Mylan have a lock on this? Well, there are a couple of other choices, Trish. It's a good question that you're asking. Santa Fe U.S. had something called the OVQ, but they had to voluntarily recall it because of issues. But, it's interesting. We have Robert O'Brien
and by the way, I point out that OVQ was phenomenal. And it was made by a couple brothers who had nut allergies, I believe, over in Israel. I know this because my little 4-year-old, believe it or not, he's got a nut allergy. I mean, nut allergies in and of itself are amazing to me, and how prevalent they are now, a whole other conversation for another day. But this is important stuff. We have to go with that pen everywhere. Families need these.
People sleep with them.
Because otherwise, if you by mistake inhale a nut or have even just a little tiny bit of it, like you mentioned your nephew with milk, that's the end. So they've got a monopoly on this thing, huh?
They do. And at the top of the hour, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have the head of FAIR. This is the Food Allergy Research and Education Group. They represent millions and millions of people with allergies. It turns out that their biggest corporate partner is Mylan. We will push him on whether he's going to push Mylan to either lower the price or answer for this, because there hasn't been any meaningful development, Trish, in the drug since 1977.
And hey, look, where's the FDA on this? Maybe they're overcomplicating things with regulation. Thanks, Liz. I'll see you in a little bit.